Yeah.
Shalom, Yasharallah, Bahashem, Yahushai, Kol, Hala, Hawa, La, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushai, all praises, glory to Yahweh, Hallelujah, praise Yahweh. And saying that, what we gonna get into and what we gonna touch on is Beatitudes, or what we want to call Sermon on the Mount. Because see, y'all has this false ideology through religious organization or Christianity doctrine that Beatitude is based upon riches and wealth or material matters of this world. To some degree, according to scriptures, Yahweh God is a capitalist, and Yahweh God do provide riches and wealth. Yet at the same time, y'all have to understand or make a distinction between the money and materialism of man, accumulation, and through the commandments you accumulate riches and wealth. Because see, you have to understand, regardless at the end of the day, the riches and wealth of this world are corrupt in our material matters, and it will come to a close, and all things come to an end. You understand me? See, so you can pray for a better life and to have finer things in life, yet at the end of the day, those finer things are coming to a close. So there wouldn't be any sense to pray for a big house and two cars when knowing that all that's coming to an end. The collapse of the economy. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so we gonna get into be the tool because see y'all spiritual leaders has guided y'all or misinterpret these scriptures. Because see, you have to understand a lot of these pastors and religious leaders, they not of Yahweh God, meaning that they are of man. Why? Because Christianity, Islamic, Judaism, and all the other religions of man are man organization. You understand me? So he's not coming in the name of Yahweh God of Israel. He coming in the name of Christianity, in the name of a religion organization of man. You understand me? See, so there are differences that y'all have to learn, because when you go back to what Matthew 6, I think what Matthew 6, let me see if I can get that. Matthew, yeah, 6 and 24. Matthew chapter 6, verse 24. No man can serve two masters. See, you can't serve two masters. Now you have a master that's divine. You can't see him, but he exists through his creation. And you have a master of this world, and a master of this world that's the ideology, philosophical views of man. You understand me? Let's read that again. Matthew chapter 6, verse 24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate one and love the other, or else. Wait, let's read that again. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon. And when talking about mammon, it's talking about money and materialism. You can't serve Yahweh God and money and materialism at the same time. You understand me? Although you can come and know Yahweh God and he provide and he give you these material matters, yet you have to know the distinction between the commandments of Yahweh God and the commandments of man. You understand me? See, so the church is not designed to teach you all what y'all need to know in order to learn what y'all worship. You understand me? Because see, at the end of the day, all religious organizations already know that the children of Israel to this day are religiously enslaved to this religious ideology. Some of y'all are enslaved to Christianity. A lot of you all enslaved to Judaism. A lot of y'all enslaved into Islam. A lot of y'all captive to the democratic or democracy ideology. You understand me? See, at the end of the day, y'all lack understanding of these things. So what happened is that although your religious leader come in the name of God or in the name of the Lord and Savior, yet God, Lord, and Savior are nothing but titles. So they don't come in the name of Yahweh God. They come in the name of religion of man. You understand me? See, so y'all got that false ideology of what Beatitudes is based upon or what it's about. You understand me? And we're finna get into that. You understand me? Because see, understand, Beatitudes has no relation to scriptures. You understand me? Beatitudes or Beatitude is the philosophical term. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, Beatitudes or Beatitude goes back to that Latin word beatus, and that means basically happiness, blessed. You understand me? It is what it is. It has no religious connotation, but yet Beatitude or beatus describe that state or that condition. Now, what I mean by no connotation is basically is what I mean by connotation is that it's basically an idea of feeling, words that invoke. Okay, for an example, like discipline, right? See, so discipline is a philosophical term. Now, that philosophical term promotes an ideal of a feeling, whether it's unhappiness or sadness or joyfulness. You understand me? See, so understand that word betos only describes the state of that condition. Now, that word betos goes back to that Greek word makaros. Wait, it's spelled Makar. I think what IUS, something like that. You can Google that. You understand me? And basically, that means state or condition of being blessed. You understand me? Now let me go back to the single connotation and let me back it up a little bit so y'all can get a better understanding. Okay, say like you have two individuals. You have a person that has a house in a nice neighborhood. They have a good paying job and they have two cars. Right? So when you see that conditions economically, you see that they are blessed. You understand me? Because they believe in God, apparently, and He provides riches and wealth based upon scriptures. You understand me? Not the ideology of man, but based upon that scripture. So you assume that they are blessed. Now, you see a homeless man, when you go to your car and go downtown, and you see a man pushing a buggy collecting cans, the condition of economic poorness or poverty, you'll say that he's not blessed. So what you would do is pray to God and hope that God blesses him how he blessed you. But in the reality of it, you can have a lot of money and two houses and a curse. Do you understand me? And curses not necessarily deal with economic economically. Do you understand me? And a person that's that push that buggy, that homeless man that collect cans, he is blessed in all things that he do. See, so y'all have to learn and understand the difference. Okay? Because see, these differences is not taught into the church. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Okay? See, so understand that beatitude goes back into that Greek word makaros, something like that. You understand me? And basically the state or condition of being blessed, ideal reward, a present and a future. Meaning that beatitude is a philosophical term, and that term is based upon the conditions that you are living in the present. Do you understand me? Some people are blessed but don't even know it. You know what I mean? Some people are cursed and don't even know it, although they may have accumulated a lot of material matters. You understand me? Because see, understand what Yahweh Shai Sermon on the Mount, Beatitude, and the ministry wasn't based on riches and wealth. They were based on obedience. Do you understand me? It is what it is. Okay? You understand me? And then saying that, let's get Psalms, let me go into the book of Psalms 32. I think what 32 and 1. Let's get Psalms 32 and 1. And then we're gonna go over to Psalms 40. And we're gonna get Psalms 40 and 4. Psalms 32, verse 1. Blessed is he whose transgressions are forgiven, whose sins is covered. Meaning that in the present you are blessed. Because in the future, when you stand before Yahweh Shai, Yahweh God of Israel, you are spotless and blameless. You understand me? See now, notice that blessed, ed, meaning that's a past tense. Because see, another thing y'all have to understand, the conditions or the stated condition that you are living in the present and in the future is already written long before you were even born. Do you understand me? See, understand that your life is a movie being played out and you playing it out. Yet, however, life was already written. Your faith and your belief was already written. You understand me? I'm gonna hold that right quick. Listen to what Yahweh Shai say. Let me go into the book of John. I think what? 13. Let's go to John 13 and then let's go down to verse 18. John chapter 13 verse 18. I speak not of you all. I know whom I have chosen. See, so he already know whom he have chosen. So when you go back to John 6 and 64, but there are some of you believe not, for he knew from the beginning who believed and who didn't. You understand me? See, so understand the conditions or the stated condition that you are in are based upon your belief, not upon the material matters and riches of this world, because the riches and material matters is corrupt. You understand me? See, so y'all got that false ideology of what Beatitudes or what this game is about when it comes to worshiping Yahweh God. You understand me? Because it's not about money and materialism. You understand me? It is what it is. Okay, I'm gonna hold that. And before I finish up, let's get on the first book of John. Let's get on 1 John 2 and 16, I believe. First John chapter 2 verse 16. I'm gonna start at verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. And the things that are in the world are material matters. You understand me? If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Why? Because the world is against Yahweh God, and Yahweh God is against this world. Because the world ideology and views violates the commandments. You understand me? Let's read that again. 1 John chapter 2 verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. And the love of the Father is not in you, because the world and Yahweh God are enemies. Do you understand me? I'm gonna hold that. Let me get let me go into the book of James 4 and 4. Oh no, you ain't gotta go that way. You can come through. No, brethren, you can come through, man. You Israel. You know what I mean? Yeah, you Israel. See, your nationality is on on this billboard. Yeah, you one of the 12 tribes of Israel. You from the northern kingdom. Oh. Yeah, you can walk through, brethren. No, but I you respect, Israel. I respect the praise. All right, but now you Israel. We's all good. Right. Okay, brethren. That's another Israelite. James chapter 4 verse 4. Ye adulterous and adulteress, know you not? See, now when it says adulterous and adulteress, talking about worshiping. Okay, like a man and a woman cheating, a man cheating on his wife, a wife cheating on his man, they are adulterous. And they're talking about the worshiping. Do you understand me? It is what it is. Okay, they don't worship Yahweh God, they worship idols. So therefore, by worshiping idols, you understand me, you become an adulteress. Okay, because it's not the true living God of Yahweh. James chapter 4 verse 4. Ye adulterous and adulteress, know you not that friendship of the world is an enmity with Yahweh? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of Yahweh. And friends of the world is basically talking about the ideology and the philosophical views that you all embrace, that you live your life by, that you worship. You understand me? A lot of you worship the government but don't understand worshiping is an act of obedience. And a lot of you all obey these politicians and their agenda. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's get back. Psalms chapter 40, verse 4. Blessed is the man that maketh the Lord his trust. See, so he's already blessed by trusting in Yahweh God, by trusting in them scriptures. You understand me? Trusting in prophecy. You understand me? So he was already blessed. That's a past tense, because it was already written long before. You was blessed, or he was blessed long before the foundation of the world. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's read that again. Psalms 40, verse 4. Blessed is the man that maketh the Lord his trust, and respecteth not the proud, nor such turn aside to lies. And that's a blessing, to not respect the proud. And what he talking about is not disrespecting or fighting the proud or coming against him. It's just that you don't respect the things that he accomplished, due to the fact that the things that he accomplished and the material matters that he gained and titles and position was the commandments of man, not through the commandments of Yahweh God. You understand me? See, so when it comes to the proud and those that accumulated and live their life without Yahweh God, there is no respect for them. You understand me? Not saying that you can go in there and curse that person out and say this and say that, because that's not what I'm talking about. You understand me? When it says and respect it not, because the things that they say and do. Okay, I'm giving you an example. Say like you can come and say oh, do this, do that, I got this, I got that, I went and did this, I went and did that, I went and did this, and this what came out. You can do it. You understand me? I don't respect that. Why? Because all that moving and all them maneuvering that you've been doing, you never came to the commandments of Yahweh God. You never acknowledged him. Because without him, you wouldn't be able to achieve these things, regardless of whether they're wicked or not. You understand me? Because Yahweh God can take your life at any given moment. He can take the whole atmosphere from this earth. Okay, we all are dead. You understand me? It is what it is. Read that again. Psalm 40, verse 4. Blessed is the man that maketh the Lord his trust, and respecteth not the proud, nor such turn aside to lies. And you are blessed not to turn and believe the lies that these politicians tell you. It's a blessing to believe and see through the lies and the deceitful of these religious leaders. You understand me? Because they falsify these scriptures. You understand me? Although they may quote it, but yet they falsify it, and they become false due to the fact of that their philosophical views. They injected that into their own. You know, they put their own philosophical view into the scriptures. You know, hey, you know, it is what it is. Okay, see, so that's what y'all have to understand. Let's go to the book of Revelations 1 and 3, and John 20 and 29. We're going to get Revelations 1 and 3, and then John 20 and 29. Oh, hold on, close it up. Revelations, chapter 1, verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that heareth the words of this prophecy, and keepeth those things which are written therein. And what he talking about keeping is those prophecies. You understand me? Keeping that trust, keeping in those promises. You understand me? That's what he's talking about, okay? Let's read that again. Revelation chapter 1, verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that heareth the words of this prophecy, and keepeth those things which are written therein. For the time is at hand. See, so the time is at hand. And keeping those things, you get rewarded. And your reward would be salvation. The conditions would be salvation. The conditions would be to where no harm or anything will come against you when these political and astronomical events take place, or when the economy or economically, if America falls. You understand me? Because it caused a chain reaction. You understand me? So that's a blessing. You understand me? To keep these prophecies. Okay? It's a blessing not to be led astray, not to believe in the lies, to see and understand the truth, and to know the truth, and to stand firm in that truth. You understand me? That's a blessing. John chapter 20, verse 29. Yahweh said unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed. Meaning, blessed is the ed past tense. Although I wasn't there and Paul wasn't there, yet we witnessed the resurrection of Yahweh Shai. We witnessed the breaking of the bread of the Passover. Do you understand me? And cause now when you go back, now when you said blessed are they you seen, and when Yahweh Shai came back, they seen Yahweh Shai personally. So Thomas believed. Now we talking about centuries and decades later, because Yahweh Shai went back to the Father already. Okay, see, so those that are in the future, those that are here in this present day, we are witnessing to that, due to the fact of that we know that He exists, due to the fact of that when He called, we answered that call. So when we answered that call, we know that He exists and Yahweh Shai, His Son, exists. So we believe in that birth of Yahweh Shai. Understand, a lot of Israelites, they don't believe in biblical scriptures. You understand me? Hey, but it is what it is. See, so you blessed to believe already. Why? Because that they believed long before the foundation of the world, when He revealed Himself in that present, and they answered that call. You understand me? Let me get Isaiah 43 and 43 and 10. And then let me go on here into what I had 2 Thessalonians 2 and 13 right quick. Isaiah 43 verse 10. Ye are my witnesses, said the Lord, and my servant whom I have chosen, that ye may know, believe me, and understand that I am He. Before me there was no God formed, neither shall there be after me. Verse 12. I have declared and have saved and have showed when there was no strange God among you. Therefore ye are my witness, said the Lord, that I am Yahweh, and we are His witness, that He exists. Matthew 22. What He say? Many are called, but a few are chosen. Now those were chosen, they answered that call. You understand me? Long before He revealed Himself. You understand me? 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 13. But we are bound to give thanks always to Yahweh for you, brethren, beloved of the Lord, because Yahweh hath from the beginning chosen you to salvation. Listen, Yahweh hath from the beginning, from the beginning chosen you to salvation through sanctification of the Spirit and belief of that truth. Meaning when He called, they answered, they believed the truth, that He exists. You understand me? And everybody don't know, everybody not a witness to His existence. You understand me? Despite them going to church, despite them reading the Bible and going in the closet and praying in the closet, and in spite of their baptism. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so those were chosen, they believed long before the foundation of the world. And that's what this is based upon, the belief. And when you go back into Beatitudes, it's based upon the conditions that you're going to be in the present. And a lot of people are blessed, but don't even know it. Now, a lot of people are blessed and they don't have no money, riches, and wealth. And a lot of people that have money, riches, and wealth, they are cursed. You understand me? There is a big difference. Okay? You understand me? See, so understand what this game is about. Let's go to Psalms 106. I think what? Psalms 106 and 3. Psalms 106 verse 3. Blessed are they that keepeth judgment, and he that doeth righteous all the time, righteousness all the times. Meaning that you are blessed to continuously do right all the time, regardless of how much man can say, oh no, you're wrong. oh no, you're wrong, but walking into the commandments, walking in biblical divine prophecy. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so you are blessed to walk in the divine nature, to walk amongst the Gentiles and to walk amongst the unbelievers and be able to move and to speak without being corrupt. Now, everybody is corrupt. Even those that truly believe, even the elect is corrupt. Because why? We have the physical nature and we were born in that physical nature. Do you understand me? But the thing is that Yahweh Shai walked in the divine nature. You understand me? And by him walking in the divine nature, he was obedient to that nature. So he was allowed and he was able to walk in that nature. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is, okay? Let's read that again. Psalms 106, verse 3. Blessed are they that keep judgment, and he that doeth righteousness all the time. See, so doeth righteousness all the time. You understand me? See, so you are blessed. And being blessed to not be led astray, being put above all nations, and to be in the lack of nothing or anything, that is a blessing. And that conditions that a lot of people are in into this day, they are blessed, despite of the money and materialism of not having. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Some people are blessed because they may be poor, they may be homeless, yet when they go to these agencies, they always come out on top. Do you understand me? Regardless of how many situations that they face financially, at the end of the day, they always come up on top and they always move around that situation. You understand me? Now, if you're proud, you understand me, then you're going to say you did it on your own and you ain't had no help. You understand me? Yahweh God didn't intervene. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is, okay? See, so understand that Beatitudes describe basically that state that you're going to be in, okay? That's in the present and that's going to be in the future. You understand me? Like for an example, the nation of Israel. Yahweh God never done away with the nation of Israel. That's what they teach in the Renaissance period in what we call humanism, replacement theology. They teach that Israel is done away with when they go to John 3:16. He loved the world. He gave his begotten son. You understand me? But understand, Yahweh God never done away with Israel. You understand me? Israel is a nation that's always going to continue to be blessed regardless of how much iniquity and transgressions, no matter how much abomination and abominable things are being committed in Israel, in the northern kingdom and in the southern kingdom, or in Israel as a whole. It doesn't matter because Israel is a nation that is blessed, that's blessed in the past, that's blessed in the present, and that's blessed in the future. You understand me? So the condition of the so-called African Americans here in America, you understand, we are the children of Israel. And the government already know this. And the condition that we are going to be in are going to be in economic enslavement. Because we are under them curses. Yet in Galatians 3, I think 3 and 13, he redeemed us from the economic curses. You understand me? And we finna get into the Beatitude because see, understand, Beatitude or Beatitude, basically, or Beatos, that Latin word, only describe that state, okay, of conditions. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. All right. Israel. Let's go to Isaiah 45 and 17, and then we're gonna go ahead on into we're gonna get Isaiah 45 and 17, and we're gonna go back in Isaiah back a chapter, and we're gonna go to 44 and 22. Isaiah 45 verse 17. But Israel shall be saved. See, Israel shall be saved. Now it's an ED at the end. Okay? So that means they was already saved long before. You understand me? And that goes back into the covenant of that goes back into Esau and Jacob as they wrestle for that covenant. Do you understand me? There's a lot of things that y'all lack understanding of. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's read that again. Isaiah 45 verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. See, so Israel has an everlasting salvation. You understand me? See, so their salvation is everlasting. And they're talking about past, the present, and they're talking about the future. So the condition or the state of Israel, all right, is have salvation. So regardless of how much abomination and transgressions are being committed, the nation of Israel have everlasting salvation. Isaiah 44 verse 22. I have blotted out as a thick cloud thy transgressions, and as a cloud thy sins. Return unto me, for I have redeemed thee. See, so he have redeemed the nation of Israel, despite of their committing abomination, despite of their idolization or their idol worshiping. At the end of the day, Israel has an everlasting covenant with Yahweh God. So their salvation is everlasting. So through the blood of Yahweh Shai, the nation of Israel was redeemed. You understand me? Let's get Psalms. Let me hold that. Let me get Psalms 130, and then let me go to 8. Psalms 130 verse 8. And he shall redeem Israel from all his iniquities. See, so Israel is redeemed. They have an everlasting salvation. You understand me? Regardless, once they return. Okay? It is what it is. Let's go to Psalms. Let's go to Psalms 33. Let me get Psalms 33 and 12. Psalms 33 verse 12. Blessed is the nation. Listen. Blessed is the nation who Yahweh is the Lord, and the people whom he have chosen for his own inheritance. And the people he have chosen for his own inheritance are the 12 tribes of Israel. The southern kingdom and the northern kingdom. Do you understand me? So when you go back to John 3:16, he so loved the world. Okay, the Mexicans, the Cubans, the Puerto Ricans, the Hispanics, the Native American Indians, the Haitians, the Benjamites, the Caribbeans, so-called African Americans, we make up the world. Do you understand me? It is what it is, all right? We are the world. Okay? Let's get that again. Psalms. What was that? 33 and 12. Psalms 33 verse 12. Blessed is the nation whose Yahweh is Lord, and the people whom he have chosen for his own inheritance. And the people he chosen are the 12 tribes of Israel. You understand me? Before we go on, let me get Matter of fact, let's go to Psalm 77 and 15. Yeah, that's a good one. Psalm 77, verse 15. Thou hast with thy arm redeemed thy people, the sons of Jacob and the sons of Joseph. And the sons of Jacob are the 12 tribes of Israel. The sons of Joseph is talking about the northern kingdom. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let me go to Jeremiah, what it is. Let me get Jeremiah 31, and let's go to verse 1. Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 1. At the same time said the Lord, will I be the God of all the families of Israel, and they shall be my people. You understand me? They was going to be his people. Let's go. Let's finish up. Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, the people which were left of the sword found grace in the wilderness, even Israel, when I went to cause him to rest. And he talking about them wandering in the desert. because despite of their idolization of worshiping that calf, he showed a few of them grace by wandering in the desert, because he didn't kill them all off. You understand me? And the nation of Israel to this day is in idol worshiping. Yet Paul talks about the elect of Israel that's going to return, because he never done away with Israel. You understand me? See, you got to understand, God, Yahweh, God chosen people follow other nations and walk in the other nations' counsel and worship them other nations' God, instead of worshiping the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You understand me? That led them out of Egypt. Do you understand me? It is what it is. See, so he never done away with Israel. Okay, that's his chosen people. Let me get Micah 5:3 right quick. Micah chapter 5 verse 3. Therefore will he give them up until the time that she which travelleth have brought forth. Then the remnant of his brethren shall return unto the children of Israel. And that Israel is talking about, wait, Israel means he will rule. Yeah, he's talking about Jacob. They're going to come back to Jacob, because Jacob's name would change to Israel when he got that victory. You understand me? Let me get Isaiah, Isaiah 10:21 right quick. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 21. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty Yahweh. See, so the remnant is going to come back to Jacob. Paul talk about in the New Testament, the remnant is what we call the elect of Israel. You understand me? See, so Yahweh God never done away with Israel. He let them walk in their own counsel until Yahweh Shai came. You understand me? Let's go into Psalms 81, and then I want verse 12, but we're gonna start at 10. Psalms 81 verse 10. I am the Lord thy God Yahweh, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it. And when talking about open that mouth wide and fill it, it's talking about putting those commandments inside the mouth. You understand me? Because see, when they came out of Egypt, the Hebrew Israelites were supposed to exercise lordship over the Gentiles. Okay? When they came out of Egypt, the Gentiles were supposed to automatically go into slavery through the commandments of the nation of Israel, exercising these commandments over the Gentiles, because the world was made for us to rule. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. So he's talking about those commandments. Verse 11. But my people would not hearken to my voice. And this people is talking about the tribe of Judah. Because see, after the kingdom split, Yahweh Shai, and when you go back to John 1:1, Yahweh Shai was the word, and then when you go down to John 1:14, that word became flesh. You understand me? See, so he came out of Judah, and the sons, the elect, and the sons are out of Judah. You understand me? See, so when we're talking about his people, he's talking about not the nation of Israel, but he's talking about that southern kingdom, because Yahweh Shai, his name is known in Judah. You understand me? His name is great in Israel when you go to Psalm 76:1, because the nation of Israel is redeemed through the blood of Yahweh Shai. You understand me? See, so regardless of the northern kingdom went into slavery for idol worshiping, yet Yahweh Shai came and redeemed them. You understand me? It is what it is. Let's start from 81:10 again. Psalms 81:10. Psalms 81 verse 10. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it. But my people would not hearken unto my voice, and Israel would none of me. And Israel is talking about the northern kingdom. Because when you go back at John 17, they split. You understand me? The northern kingdom went into slavery through the Syrian Empire, and Judah stayed. Okay, see, so he's talking about the northern and the southern kingdom. The southern kingdom is his people, Judah. Okay, and his people Israel is Joseph. He's talking about that northern kingdom. Do you understand me? Let's read verse 11 again. But my people will not hearken unto my voice, and Israel will none of me. So I gave them up unto their own heart's lust, and they walked in their own counsel. See, so they walked in their own counsel. And when you go back to Romans, matter of fact, let me get Romans 1 and 28 right quick. Romans chapter 1 verse 28. Even as they did not like to retain Yahweh in their knowledge, and that knowledge is the commandments, Yahweh gave them over to a reprobate mind. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is, okay? You understand me? It is. See, so understand, regardless of the rejection of the commandments and the idolization of Israel and abomination, Israel is a nation that's going to be blessed, is going to stay blessed due to the fact that they have an everlasting covenant. You understand me? And before we move on, let me go into the book of Hebrews 9 and 12 right quick. Hebrews chapter 9 verse 12. Neither by the blood of goats and calves, but by his own blood he entered in once into the holy place, having obtained eternal, listen, having obtained eternal redemption for us, and us are the children of Israel. That's who he came back for. Go to Romans 9 and 4, who are Israelites. That's whom concerning the promises Yahweh Shai came. He came and redeemed the nation of Israel to fulfill the promises that were established to Abraham. So they're not done away with. Let me get one more. We're gonna move on, and we're gonna go into the book of Matthew 5. Let's get Luke 1 and 68. Luke chapter 1 verse 68. Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people. Verse 72. To perform the mercy promised to our fathers, and to remember his holy covenant, the oath which he swore unto our father Abraham. You understand me? See, so the nation of Israel are always still going to be blessed, and they still blessed to this day. And those that are blessed are called the elect of Israel, due to the fact of being obedient to the Gospels. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so the conditions of the Israelites are going to continue to stay blessed. You understand me? Some individuals are blessed but don't even know it. And blessings don't have nothing to do with money and materialism. You understand me? It is what it is. Let's get it back into Matthew 5 and what? 5 and 1. Matthew chapter 5 verse 1. And seeing the multitude, he went up into the mountain, and when he was sat, his disciples came unto him. He opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Now, when he says poor in spirit, he's not talking. When he says poor, he's not talking about economic. Okay, and when he says spirit, he's not talking about no Pac-Man ghost or Casper. What he's talking about is merely your attitude. Because understand that when it comes to worshiping Yahweh God, worshiping, when it comes to, I'm going to rephrase it. When it comes to worshiping the governing system of man, that's what he's talking about. Their attitude towards the gospel is poor, due to the fact of that the system and its ideology and policies goes against their belief. You understand me? A belief against their belief system. You understand me? So blessed are the poor in spirit. You understand me? Because their spirit is poor due to the fact of that when they live in their life, when they live in their playing their life out in society, society goes against their religious belief. Society, ideology, and philosophy makes a mockery out of their belief system. You understand me? So then when it comes to worshiping Yahweh God, their attitude becomes poor. You understand me? And worshiping is an act of obedience. You understand me? See, so their obedience to the gospel are poor because of the fact of that on a daily basis they dealing with a system that goes against their religious belief system. Okay? Verse 4. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Now, when he said, blessed are they that mourn, he's not talking about death. Okay? Because death is inedible. For the wages of sins is death. Because of man. Disobedience, death comes to all. So it's not talking about the comfort of death. But what he's talking about is that mourning to the system. Okay? To the system, the political system or justice system of man. Because the justice system of man, the scales are tilted. So now, when it comes to the policies and regulations, the criminals just get away with the crime, or they do less. They hold them less accountability. But though the victims, they the one more. Why? Because they never got any justice from the system. Okay, say like you can have a man that raped two little girls, right? He gonna do 6 years in prison and be on the sex registry list, right? Now, those 6 years, he can live in any neighborhood he want, regardless of whether there's children there or not. You understand? Because you have political policies that's in place that allows him to stay in that neighborhood. You understand me? Despite of his sex registry and despite of his convictions. Now he turned around and raped another little girl, and then he turned around and killed her. You understand me? See, so now the two victims and the victim, the girl who he killed, they have no justice. You understand me? Now they have to mourn over their losses. You understand me? Because the woke judge that's funded by these politicians, that funded by these bankers, that funded by Illuminati through their policies and regulations, they let the criminal go. But y'all have to understand, the Democrats and Republicans, it's a political war being played out. You understand me? That political war is spiritual. Okay? But y'all lack understanding in a lot of areas. It is what it is. Verse 5. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. And the meek is going to inherit the earth. You understand me? Because see, the proud, the bankers right now, they walk around in they billion-dollar cars and walk around like they own this whole planet. But at the end of the day, all this shit going to come to an end. You understand me? And by us being humble and meek and walking in these commandments, at the end of the day, when these events take place, I'm going to be back in the power. Now, I'm going to rule and tell you what the fuck to do now. Because now you know and understand through these events that Yahweh God of Israel, he exists. You understand me? And now you know that I am one of the elect of Israel. So now you're going to be enslaved when these events take place. You understand me? Verse 6. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled. Now when it says thirst for hunger, it's not talking about water and food. But what it's talking about, that desire to continue to do what's right and to push what's right and to live by their righteous desires. You understand? Not by a system that is crooked, a system that is very wicked. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is, all right? See, so those that gonna want to do right and want to seek equality, okay? You understand me? They are blessed. Because they're going to be filled. Why? Because when that kingdom comes and when that time comes, they're going to be in power and they're going to exercise lordship over the Gentiles, right? Now, that system, that political system, or that divine governing system of Yahweh God is going to be righteous and equal. You understand me? It is what it is. Verse 7. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. And when he's talking about merciful, he's not talking about basically what he's talking about is the system that comes up against them and other people that use them and play them to get what they want to get, and then turn around and abandon them. See, a person will allow you, show you grace, although they know that you using them. They know and understand that you playing them. They already know this. Yet, but their heart is good and their heart are based upon the scriptures and their heart is on the scriptures. So they allow you to do these things. They allow you to show, they'll show you grace and mercy by letting you continue to use them, by letting you continue to manipulate them. But they already know. So when that time comes, they're going to cut that shit short. Then you're going to wonder why. But they already know. You understand me? See, so because why? When they slip, they have grace and mercy with Yahweh God. You understand me? What's that scripture? Forgive those that trespass against us. Forgive me of my trespasses. Even I forgive those that trespass against me. You understand me? See, so a person that let you use them and they know they're using them, they showing you mercy. It ain't that you playing them and they stupid and dumb. They stupid and dumb. Nah, they already know what time it is. It's just that they showing you grace and mercy. Like Yahweh showing you grace and mercy by allowing you to commit all these abominable acts, sleeping with men, fucking animals and shit, and you still living. You still got a car, you still got a house, you still got all this. And you commit abomination left and right. So Yahweh God shows you mercy. Okay? So they're going to show you mercy. Verse 8. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. And those hearts are pure. Meaning that talking about the hearts of the virgins. Not an untouched woman, but that their minds and their hearts is on the divine governing system. It doesn't matter how many times they slip and how many times they had to go through the philosophical system of man. And while they in that process of the philosophical system of man, they always praying and keeping their hearts and mind on the commandments of Yahweh God, because they know he exists, because they answered their call. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is, okay? Verse 9. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of Yahweh. And the peacemakers are those that keep the commandments. You understand me? Because the commandments is peace. Okay, see, so basically, so far, what he's talking about is the condition or the state of condition that you're going to be in the present and in the future by being obedient to the gospels of Yahweh Shai, by being obedient to the commandments, by being obedient to biblical prophecy. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Like me, I'm blessed. I don't have a lot of money. I don't have no car. I can't get a car, but I choose not to. I let Yahweh deal with that. But yet, I'm blessed. Why? Because no matter where I go and where my kids go, we always come out on top. We always come out victorious. You understand me? From the homeless shelter to the agencies. I done been through the whole fucking system. You understand me? And by me being obedient, the whole system put me above their own people. Okay? You understand me? It is what it is. Verse 10. Blessed are they that are persecuted for righteous sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Meaning that it's a blessing to be hated, because they killed and would win against a lot of the prophets. Because a lot of the prophets were speaking that truth and walking in that truth and exposing them lies and wickedness. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so it's a blessing for the world to hate you. Like me, a lot of people talk shit about me on my job, right? But when it comes to reality and conversation, and when it comes to life on life terms, when I spit these scriptures and spit that truth, they can't handle it. So what happens is that they fall off. You understand me? One dude tried to debate me, but you don't have no knowledge. You try to debate me, Jesus and God is one. No, they're not. They're two different. And there ain't no Jesus, but Yahweh Shai and Yahweh God is two different. Right? And that view came out of the church. And when I went into the replacement theology, when I went back into the church in which that doctrine comes from, he didn't have no answer. He had no knowledge. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. One dude tried to debate me about politics. You don't know the levels of government. How you going to debate me? You don't even know the Democratic agenda. And you following the Democrats and you don't even know the agenda. I know the agenda of the Democrats. The agenda of the Democrats violates and make them out of Yahweh God. Off rip. So it's a blessing. You understand me? To be hated amongst them. You know what I mean? Let's go to the book of John 15. Let's get John 15. Let's get John 15 and 19. And then we're going to go into John 17 and 14 in Yahweh Shai prayer. Listen to what Yahweh Shai say. John chapter 15 verse 18. If the world hate you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. And now by you being chosen, you are sanctified. You are separated from the philosophical ideology of man. Do you understand me? See, so when it comes to my job, they don't have no problem with my work ethic, my work history, because I put down. You understand? They've got no issue. The only issue that they have is that ideology, philosophically, we clash. You understand me? Because their philosophical views is of man. My ideology, philosophical views is of divine nature. So you have that clash. That's politics. A divine nature and the spirit, and a divine and the physical nature. They clash. Galatians 5 and 17. Do you understand me? See, so it's a blessing for the world to hate you. You understand me? For people to come up against you because they see and they know that understand that you have salvation. They know and understand that you walk into the truth. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is, okay? Um, 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 verse 20. This is finish up verse 20. Verse 20. Remember the word that I said unto you. Oh, Shalaki. Oh, no, let's back to 19. Verse 19. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you, and the world is going to hate you. You understand me? Due to the fact of that you answering that call and you know that he exists. John chapter 17, verse 14. I have given them thy word, and the world has hated them, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. See, so we are not of this world, meaning that we are from the material matters, but when it comes to the mentality, we're not of the world because we are on the divine nature. You understand me? Not in the philosophical nature. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so you have to understand that but you know what I'm saying, but you can't be, see, and what he's talking about is that being on one mind. See, you can't be on the same mind. Okay? Like me, I'm not, my mind is not philosophically on philosophical issues like how other people minds are on philosophical issues. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so we have that conflict, we have that political debate. You understand me? But at the end of the day, it's a blessing to be hated because the world ideology goes against Yahweh God. You understand me? You understand? So it is what it is. In fact, let's get Deuteronomy 11 and 26. Because see, understand, Beatitudes, or that word Latin word beatos, is based upon obedience. You understand me? You can be obedient and be blessed, and life becomes easier in the system of Illuminati. Now, you can be cursed in the system of Illuminati and life becomes hard. You understand me? You can be obedient to the commandments of man and life becomes easier because you're in the commandments of man. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. You can obtain riches and wealth through the commandments, or you can obtain riches and wealth through the commandments of man. You understand me? It is what it is. So it's all about based upon obedience and worshiping, because worshiping is an act of obedience. You understand me? See, so by you being obedient, that condition or that stated condition mentality that you're going to be in is going to be blessed in all areas of your life. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 26. Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. A blessing if you obey the commandments of the Lord your God, Yahweh, which I command you this day, and a curse if you will not obey the commandments of the Lord your God, Yahweh, but turn aside out of the way which I command you this day to go after other gods whom ye have not known. See, so it's a curse. You understand me? Either you're going to obey or you're not going to obey. You understand me? It is what it is, okay? See, so understand that beatitude, that Latin word beatos, is not based upon riches and wealth. It's based upon that description or that state that you're going to be in the present and that you're going to be in the future. And you are going to be blessed in all areas. You understand me? And understand that before y'all before I take off, because I'm past my lunch break, but know and understand what you worshiping and understand what this game is about. Because many die outside of their faith, even though they read the Bible, even though they pray to God. You understand me? Learn and understand what you worshiping, because this is based upon a belief. And everybody do not believe despite of their confessions. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so learn and understand what you worshiping. Okay? Learn and understand that idol worshiping is not just the images. Okay? A Buddha, of Allah, or that dude with the fat stomach. You understand me? Worshiping or idolization is talks about money, talks about the material matters also. Because all these material matter is of the flesh, is of this world, and it's not of Yahweh God, because they are all made through the material matters, from cars to clothes. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so a lot of you all pray for blessings, but don't understand blessings don't talk about necessarily riches and wealth in this time, because it's all going to come to an end. That's why Yahweh Shai say what? It's easy for a camel to go through an eye of a needle than for a rich man to get into the kingdom. You understand me? And we're going to get into that in the next video soon. Okay? Because there's a lot of things that y'all need to learn and understand, because y'all religious or spiritual leaders, it's not designed to tell you all, due to the fact that they are of man and they not of Yahweh God.